Hello everyone, this is Jim Krasinski. So I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about exactly what is an annotation. So after covering the annotated bibliography, I thought a follow-up video about annotations would be beneficial to the class. So I say here, for each of your sources you must include an annotation. An annotation demonstrates the reason why you chose the source, who the authors are, the credibility, and your thinking about the sources by establishing relevance and information that it contributes to your research topic. Might have mentioned this in the EAB video, but a typical annotation should strive to include the following. It's a three-part process, as you can see here. You want to introduce the article and the author and explain why it's credible. Link back to some of the sources that you might have been working with prior. You do need to do more than just say you found it in X database or Y journal. In other words, provide some background on the author, source to identify perspective, credentials. In other words, why did you choose that particular source? This is why we try to focus on authored sources. It's very hard to do this when in fact there is no author and you're grabbing a random source off the internet. The second part to the process is to summarize the author's main argument and key supporting points, and I want you to be specific. Remember, there is no quoting and writing summary, so don't grab quotes. I want you to summarize in your own words, and we'll work on paraphrasing and summary a little bit later in chapter 3, but I want you to summarize in your own words the main point. So that's part 2. Part 3 is respond to what you find most interesting, significant, confusing, convincing, and explain how the source helps you gain a deeper understanding of your question. Right? So, in other words, what did you learn? Why did you select a source? What does it add to your research topic? So this is a 3-part process here, and I want to emphasize this. If we roll right back up to the example here and the EAB, the PDF, you will see that for the most part, these processes are separated out. Sometimes they're 3 paragraphs, sometimes you might be able to do this in 1 paragraph, but I do look for the 3 parts. Okay, as I scroll through, as you can see, here is the introduction, summary, and overall this article supports the idea that community colleges are unique in that in just 2 years students can prepare themselves for a valuable and stable career. So that gives the relevance. I like a little bit more here and there. The more you explain, the better it is to really for your annotated bibliographies grade. All right. So this is a short video on what is an annotation. It's a 3-part process. Please be aware that you must address each of the 3 parts. 3 decent paragraphs would work best. Remember to format your annotated bibliography for easy reading. Once again, this is about annotations. So if you have any questions, please contact me. Good luck.